So he did not criticize them in any way or in any form. And Anas ibn Malik reported that there were two brothers during the time of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. One of them used to regularly attend the Prophet's gatherings and stay with him in order to acquire knowledge and learn his words and actions, while the other used to work to earn a living and attend the 5-time prayers. So one day, the working brother complained to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam about his brother who did not work. So Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam soothingly and with kindness told the man, لعلك ترزق به. Perhaps that you are granted sustenance because of him. So your sustenance, sustaining him, was a kind of blessing for that man. So that's what we know when we talk about labor and ibadah. However, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam always encouraged Muslims to earn their living from halal work. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam is reported to say, it is better for one of you to take a rope and carry a load of firewood on his back and sell it, rather than begging for living. So here, let's open our mind and understand what I said before about the two brothers and what Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam is saying in this hadith. Also, make it more clear. There is a hadith. This hadith is da'if, but I'll bring it to your attention, where Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Man bata kallan min amal yadih." Like you go in the evening, you go back home to sleep after hard-working day. Bata maghfuran lah. Then you will earn the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why I said that it is da'if, but I like to bring it to your attention, because this hadith is supported by another hadith that is muttafaq alayh. Muttafaq alayh means agreed upon by Al-Bukhari and Muslim, where Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, اليد العليا خير من اليد السفلى. So اليد العليا, it means the one who is giving. Khair is better than who is taking, than the hand who is taking. So balance it in your mind and understand it the way you want. But Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam also emphasized the issue of labor and work, saying that no meal eaten by one of you is better than the meal he eats from the work of his own hands. Verily, the Prophet of Allah, David, would eat from the work of his own hands. So, someone may say, why David? Why he gave the example? So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is making a statement. Okay? To earn your living is better than anything else. So he wants to support his statement by bringing an example. So he brought the example of Dawood alayhi salam. Why Dawood? Why not other prophets? We know that all other prophets used to work, but why him? Because Dawood, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, أَتَيْنَا دَاوُودَ الْحُكْمَةِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted Dawood al-hukm. He was a ruler. And most likely rulers, they don't like to work. But Dawood alayhi salam, he used to do some armors and sell it and sustain himself from the money. So Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam brought his example for us to learn about the importance of labor. So in his instructions to Muslims, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what he wants, that's his concept, he wants to create a balance between ibadah and work. Ibadah is important, but you cannot staying for ibadah for the rest of your life. You have to balance the ibadah. And work, so they need to work. So as Muslims have to be constant in their acts of ibadah, and they have also to work hard to make their living. Ibadah is important. Balancing ibadah and work is the most difficult task for us. Why? Because once you start working and you get tired and you get entangled with making money, then it becomes like the person is less energetic to do the ibadah. So today, no wonder today, like young people, you look at the number of young Muslims who graduated and they work. Researchers say that, and it's not me. And they say, you look at masajid and see this kind of age, what are they? They are busy making money. And even adults, they get busy and they think that work has preference and ibadah can come second. So what? I miss the Jum'ah, I can just pray for rak'ah and that. But this is serious thought, because Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, Man taraka thalatha juma' mutahawinan. Like, if you miss 3 Fridays out of negligence, I'm not talking about emergency, that's different. So whoever missed 3 Jum'ah out of negligence, Allah will place a seal over his heart. So the prophetic term is طُبِعَ عَلَى قَلْبِهِ. طُبِعَ, sealed. And what does that mean here? Sealed. How this? It means like, you look at yourself, okay? I'm sure many of us, sometimes we face this situation where we are unable to pray one Friday. See what happened to you? The guilt, and you cannot sleep at night, and this, it's a most difficult. You make big deal of it. Yes, we do that because that's how we feel. That for my life, I never missed the Jum'ah. Now I'm missing the Jum'ah. Now wait. Let's say the next Friday was also urgent, and you said, I'm gonna miss Friday. Imagine what happened to you. maybe you cannot forgive yourself, but you are like half-half. And the third Friday, it's not urgent, but urgent. And then you say, well, I did it before, and then you pass this third Friday and see what will happen to you after the fourth. You will do it easily. Even you don't think of it. Yeah, it's okay. What is that? I'll pray for them. That's what happened to our young Muslims. That we don't see them in the masajid because they are either working or having fun with their friends. And even when they work, you say, okay, you are working. You have the weekend, go to the masjid, at least pray 5 times or 3 times or whatever. You say, oh, I work also Saturday. I work another job. So, okay, Sunday, half of it, you spend it. You say, hey, what do you think? I need to relax. I need to sit. I need to have fun. So there are excuses. You find that we start making excuse for nothing. Just because we used to that. And that's طبع على قلبه. That's it. We will have no feeling, religious feeling for not doing our religious obligations. That's why in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came up with this term, فَأَعْقَبَهُمْ نِفَاقًا فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ. أعقبهم, like after that, they develop a hypocrite heart. So it's like, it's kind of hypocrisy. Yes, we are Muslim, but this and that. That's the situation where we need to understand that work and ibadah need to work together, and no way to say this is better than the other. You have the work 100%. You have the ibadah 100%. Each one represents 200%. So you may ask here, why labor is important? Labor is important. There is a proverb that says, a good day is a payday. It's a proverb. So if you have a job, you can earn money, you can buy things you need, pay your bills. For young people, have a spouse and children, have a place to live, and basically do things you want to do. But there is more than you think of your pocket. Something like that we will create a society in which we depend on each other to perform many labors. And whatever work we do would provide service to others. At the same time, we are paid to support ourselves and our families. So when you work, you develop new skills, learn new things. And when you have a job, you have self-respect, dignity, and self-worth. And you are being responsible and making sure then that you can take care of yourself and your loved one at the same time. You know, there is something here I may need to talk about, our children. You know, many of us who came from back home, came here, how we worked hard to earn money and have a house and have a car and have which is fine. I'm not criticizing that. But some of us, now we have money, so we say, I don't want my child to suffer. So we decide not to ask our children to work and make money. We just say, you just go to school and study and that. I remember 40 years ago when I came, I used to see young children having newspapers. In the morning, they throw it to that house, and then they go to school. And I used to ask why, you know, when I used to talk to newspapers workers, I used to ask them, how much you give the child? He said, little money. And then I start to say, why parents ask their children to do this work for little money and suffer in the winter, the snow and cold on that? So the issue is not little money. The issue is let them get used to work. So the idea, what we say is, oh, I don't want my children to suffer. I have money. Is wrong. The child will grow up without responsibility. And the child may grow up and think of themselves that, oh, if Allah gave my father or parents money, why should I work and earn money? That's how they think of it. Then they take money, and then they end up, you see them going for gambling, you see them going for drugs, for alcohol. There's no responsibility. They grow up and they see themselves irresponsible. Of course, there are always exceptions. I don't want to say anything. But remember that when Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was talking about work, what did he say? He said, Kuntu ar'a al-ghanam. When he was a little child, he said, Kuntu ar'a al-ghanam. I used to take care of sheep. And he said, Kuntu ar'aha li ahli Makkah ala qararit. And so I used to do it for the people of Makkah in exchange of little money. See, it's the same. Little money, but he learned responsible. He learned being responsible. He learned responsibility. So when he grew up, he started to work for business. And he was a businessman. He was a successful businessman. He was a successful, hard-working businessman. And that attracted the attention of Sayyidah Khadija, radiyallahu ta'ala anha, and who proposed marriage to him indirectly. So, and how he later became the ra'i of the ummah. He said, the ruler of the whole people, and he was responsible to guide them. This is where we say that work, yes, work is important. And also, researchers says, so we hear about women abuse, okay? Don't tell me Muslims abuse their wives. It is a sickness. Muslims and non-Muslims. Everybody, in every community, there are some to do that. So, to combat women abuse, researchers said you have to empower women. What is empower women? Means teach them to make money so they don't end up in a shelter or dove or the husband taking advantage of them. Not all husbands do that, but there are some. And that's the meaning of having a labor. To go further with that, I'll bring to your attention the hadith of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, where he said, لا حسد إلا في اثنتين. And hasad is not jealous, okay? There is hasad by way of jealousy. And there is a hasad by way of envying a person. So here it's talking about envy. So he said, you can envy. Envying is halal in two cases. And one of them, he said, one of them would be those whom Allah has given wealth and they spend it in the right way. رجل آتاه الله مالا فهو ينفقه آناء الليل وأطراف النهار. He will spend it. So don't talk to me and tell me that money is not important. Well, this statement is short. Yes, money is not important. There are many things not important, but they are important. So to tell me the money is not important, no, money is important. And you know, when you look at the street outside, when you come, those who manage to drive, look at the parking lot. Needs fixing. And of course, this masjid has been talking, we need to fix the parking. Where is the money? Where are those who say money is not important? No, money is important because I can fix the parking lot. I can increase the air condition. I can make it give more cool air. Money is important. We have to understand that, and money cannot come except through labor, halal, not illegal way. And to end, there is something that I like to emphasize, that Islam does not differentiate or discriminate between kinds of work. That is, whether the work is manual or intellectual. It's all the same. Someone is working, earning living. And its principles apply to all parties, whether they are employers, employees, or self-employed. And in this regard, there is no differentiation between a teacher and a mechanic, or a government employee, or a private sector employee. In the Quran, when we check the Quran, we find many ayat talking about a'malu, 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 work, work, work. And just listen to this ayah. وَأَن لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى ثُمَّ يُجْزَاهُ الْجَزَاءَ الْأَوْفَى. So mankind can have nothing but what they strive for. That the fruit of their labor or striving will soon come in light, then Allah will reward them accordingly. Now, if you look more at the Quran, and you find stories of many prophets who used to do work, including our beloved Rasul Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And in hadith sahih, the people came to our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and they said, بَيِّن لَنَا دِينَنَا كَأَنَّنَا خُلِقْنَا السَّاعَةِ. He said, explain to us the reality of our deen as if we are newly born. So our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, ما منكم من أحد إلا قد كتب مقعده من الجنة ومقعده من النار. So each one of you is written his place, whether in the Jannah or in hellfire. Each one of us is written. So what the Sahaba says, Ya Rasulullah, أفلا نتكل على كتابنا وندع العمل? He said, oh, if we already written, then we rely on that and we don't have to work. See, it's very important to understand here So Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam responded, قال اعملوا فكل ميسر لما خلق له. He said, work. Each one of you has a talent. Employ your talent and energy in something can benefit you. And so we do not rely on whatever is written about us, because we don't know what is written. Whether we are in Jannah or in hellfire, we do not. We don't know, we have no knowledge, so we do our efforts. And as Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, if the sign of the hours started and you have a plant, he said, plant it. Even that. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would guide us all to his sirat al-mustaqim. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا كما أمر والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبد الله ورسوله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد عباد الله اتقوا الله أوصيكم وإياي بتقوى الله. So as I mentioned about the parking lot, you can see it yourself when you leave. Wallahi, one person can do the work and just tell the administrators, the administration here, or send an email. He said, I don't want anyone to pay for this work. I'll do it myself. And then you do it and you pay for it. And it will be tax deductible because this is considered also as a donation. But in general, I urge everyone to donate generously to this masjid to keep this house of Allah open and doing its perfect message in serving the community. And you can also, if you want, this is a very practical idea, is to have a monthly amount taken from you, not necessary to big monthly amount, but a monthly amount. You can say $50 a month, and deduct it from the coffee. Wallahi, I see people, they have to stop at Bucks and Dunkin' and whatever this to buy a coffee, and they end up paying $5, $6 just for a cup of coffee. Just forget about coffee, no more coffee, and give the money can be given to the masjid, and you cover this $50 and finish. So imagine if 1,000 people did that, the masjid will survive and will be able to provide more services. You know, one thing we always say, there might be some political differences, the way we run here and we run there, but I can attest that as far as the cleanliness of the hands of the people who are working, I can say all of them are do their work with responsibility, and we never had any account of money abuse or anything. Always the money is used for many purposes to serve the needs of the community. So today we are honored to have Kim Driscoll, Lieutenant Governor candidate, and Liz Miranda candidate for State Senate as our guests. Means they will be here with us, and so they will be addressing us after the prayer, so please consider stay for a few words. And we have the Sunday school registrations open for registration, so you can register your children. You can also register for the series Coexistence Fiqh that's starting September 4th until September 25th, each Sunday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. So please also note that with the sponsorship of ISBCC, ICNA, Relief, will have their food distribution and school supplies this coming Saturday, inshallah, in the parking lot. صلوا على نبيكم محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم فقد صلى الله عليه فقال إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت وسلمت وباركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا الله اللهم إنك غفور رحيم فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار اللهم اشف مرضانا يا الله اللهم ارحم موتانا واختم بالصالحات أعمالنا اللهم اهد أولادنا واهدنا وأزواجنا إلى صراطك المستقيم يا رب العالمين. We pray to you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to bless our gathering as we gather today for the Salat al-Jumu'ah. May you forgive our shortcomings and may you help us achieve success in this earthly life and the life hereafter. We pray to you, Allah, to have our hearts friendly to one another. May you grant comfort and healing to those who are not feeling well today. And may you have rahmah on those who departed this earthly life. صلى اللهم وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. أقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استقيموا إلى الصلاة يرحمني ويرحمكم الله. استووا. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كانت لهم جنات الفردوس نزلاً خالدين فيها لا يبغون عنها حولا قل لو كان البحر مدادا لكلمات ربي لنفد البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي ولو جئنا بمثله مددا قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فمن كان يرجو لقاء ربه فليعمل عملا صالحا ولا يشرك بعبادة ربه أحدا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام، تباركت وتعاليت يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم أعنا